So today's video is going to be me doing face of first impressions and things, so let's get started. First I'm going to apply a bit of lip balm because my lips are a bit chapped. I think I got something there. So now I'm going to get started with primer. First I will probably set my face with some setting spray. So there's so much stuff here, but I'm going to be trying. It's going to be a few bits I'm trying. Just going to do my e.l.f. Power Grip Primer because I'm going to be using foundation, and I find that using moisturiser to lighten it while also using a gripping primer underneath makes it better. Like if you do, so I find moisturiser can make it really greasy, so I'm just blending it out. So I'm going to be, I always put foundation on my beauty blender, which is as clean as it ever will be. Like, it looks somewhat clean. Going through, finding my foundation. I'm going to be using Laura L Filter Foundation, which is shade F7, which is obviously, as we all know by now, too dark. So I'm just taking a pump on my beauty blender. I just do a pump, and I use a dollop of moisturiser, and that usually lightens it. I think I'm like a shade below that, but I can't tell. Like, they all look really pale in the bottle, or at least that did to me when I first was looking at foundation. Just using the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Cream. So I'm like, you can see I've been doing that. That's what the pot looks like. Just trying to get as good a colour match as I can get. I think this looks pretty good. So if I'm moisturiser, does make it a little bit more light coverage than what I'm used to. So this technique's quite good, but like, it is a lot more of a lighter coverage than I'm kind of used to. Like, I'm not really used to this kind of coverage. Like, I'm definitely used to lightning drops, full coverage. Like, if I wanted less coverage, I always used to use my Maybelline Fit Me, which I've used up. Probably need to add a bit more foundation. Using my sponge to like blend it out a bit. I look a little bit more like I've got foundation. And then I'm probably going to have to lighten that up a bit because it's made my forehead get a bit dark doing this technique. Hoping I don't look too orange. Sort of blending it out a bit just so I don't look too orange. Probably put a bit of moisturiser. Face is mainly my neck that's like fine. Bit orange. think we'll leave that there. I always use concealer to go for a bit more coverage. I'm just going to quickly wipe my hands and sort of put on my moisturiser, but I use concealer to add more coverage. So I usually do want a bit more coverage than this. Concealer I'm going to be using is my Maybelline Superstay Concealer. I love Maybelline for their face products and some of their eye products. Never tried their eyeshadow, and it's not that good, and I don't ever look at it and think that's good. So, like, I'm really not a fan of their blush nudes, but I thought about like one of their other nude palettes when I like wanted a neutral palette, but I'm not sure I'm ever gonna try a Maybelline. Concealer. So I'm gonna use a brush or a sponge to do this. Then I'm going to set with powder because I always need to set my concealer. So I'm going to use my favourite powder, Maybelline Fit Me. Just to go under my eyes. Rotating its powder brush and just to set a little bit on my face just so it does not slide off this makeup. Might even just powder under here a bit just to make sure it's set right. Then I'm going to use some bronzer. So I'm just going to take another big brush, dip it in. This is my Maybelline City Bronzer. This is what it's looking like currently. Just adding bronzer to warm up my face, just so that I have some kind of colour on my skin. And I take another brush and I just blend it out. Just really gently, just so that it can. Then I'm gonna do blush, which I might blush using my Maybelline Cheeky Blush, which that's how much is left in it. I always get backups of things when I hear the packaging, when I hear it fart. Like, whenever I hear the packaging that's farted, I always get backup, which I do have a backup of this blush. I'm gonna do highlighter, which is my go-to, my Revolution highlighter. I've only ever tried one other stick highlighter, the Collection Gorgeous Glow stick. It's very good. That's how much I've used it. Like that always is like me, I've hit pan this highlighter and I dropped my brush. Like that's so annoying. Gonna move on to my eyebrows, which is gonna be and what I use for it. Somewhere found it. I just brush them up with this comb thing. Get them into the shape I want. Then I always like to carve them out with concealer. So then I take this Techniques brush and I just blend it out. And I always do like a brow bone highlight. Kind of messily blend this out. And that's literally all I do for my brows. Sort of use a bit of highlight just to go over the top. Then I'm going to prime my eyelids. Which I'm using this Barry M Lid Lock Primer. This is a new one, but this is not like a new product. This is me having used it for a long time. I think we must be like, I don't know what tube number we're on. Maybe like the 4th or 5th. I think probably like the 5th. Maybe even my 6th tube of this stuff. It's amazing stuff, and I'll take something either like my beauty blender and just swipe it along my eyelids. Just so there's a base on them. And then I'm going to do my eyeshadow. So I might do like a neutral berry look. So I'm going to just go through my palettes and see what stuff I want to use. I'm going to take the shade Poison and just do that like in the crease. Just such a good brush. Okay. Just Real Techniques. All my brushes are like Spectrum and Real Techniques. Just sort of gives like the crease shape that I'm going for. So then I'm going to take this brush and I think I'm going to go into Bakewell. Just whack that on my lid. Spectrum brush I'm using. I like the Spectrum brushes, I think they're really good. Palette I've had for a while. I really like it. I'm gonna take, I think I'm gonna take Juiced as pink and run it along my lower lash line. Just to give a pop of colour. Love this berry palette. Then I'm like, we're gonna do a cut crease, so I'm gonna take this brush which I use for my cut crease, which don't even know what this brush is called, like I can't even find a name on it. So I'm either going to take concealer or eye primer. So I'm going to take concealer and pop it on my concealer brush. On this brush, I either do eye primer or concealer today. I just saw concealer, so I picked out the concealer. Like, they both give a good cut. Like, this is just a single cut crease. But I just sort of find for cut crease, instead of doing like a completely new crease, I just follow my existing crease. My eye. So I do like 2 layers of this concealer. This is a really good concealer. Like, I literally saw Angelica Narcovic talk about how good this concealer was and I got it. And I would recommend it. Like, it's such a good concealer. So then I'm going to grab my shimmer brushes and some setting spray, and I always spray my brush. I think we're going to do a red shimmer sour. And I'm going to do a pink shade from another palette. So I was on the outer edge. Something like this look will pop. These shadows are so good. I'm pretty sure this palette came out in 2021. This is such a good palette. One of my like recent palettes that came out. It's in like a palette that came out in like recent years. That doesn't go like as far back as like 2018. This is the Revolution Forever Flawless palette. I'm going to take this pink shade that's called Bomb, I'm pretty sure. Or it's called Bold. I'm going to take it and just blend it to try and make sure that they look blended together. I use this shade a lot. Just making sure the concealer's not shade proof. I'm just going to take the other brush, wherever. Just make sure that there's still some of the other colour. Eyeliner. I think I'm probably going to declutter this one because I'm like, it's kind of old and I don't ever use it, and it's like I've got another one. I'm going to be using the Superstay Matte eyeliner. So like this.
A few moments later.
Kind of did a really bad job at that.
A few moments later.
I think this one could be really good if I practiced more.
A few moments later.
Like if I was to practice more. And that looks really bad now. So I'm going to probably have to find another guard or something to... Sometimes winged eyeliner goes really wrong, like it has today. Like, if I was to literally not be doing anything like filming or that, it would go fine. Like, the problem I get with this one is taking it off is so difficult. Like, I've got to cover that back up with concealer because I'm like, that just looked really bad. Should I use a different brush to the one I used? I think that's fine. I just need to reset that in place so it doesn't budge. I'm gonna go back in with my Maybelline Fit Me. I'm gonna probably go back in with. I'm gonna probably take this one and just quickly go back in and do that. I'm gonna quickly do some mascara, so I'm gonna do my. I'm gonna use Sky High, I think. doing too much mascara because I've got a pair of false lashes to try, so I'm just gonna. I probably will end up applying them off camera, so I'll be back when I've applied. So I think I've managed to apply these alright. These probably are a little bit big, I will say, so I probably did need to cut them, but just quickly put some mascara on my bottom ones. Then I'm going to try lips next, which I'm like these, considering it's got the leather, I've liked them. These look really good. So I'm now going to use the e.l.f. Liqueur Lip in the shade Wild Rose. This I'm pretty sure I talked about in my new makeup releases. Interesting these are. This looks good also. But that's like the finished makeup look. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment. Trying to get sure these are like stuck down. Subscribe, and I will see you in another video. Bye.